What's going on, YouTube? We are back with episode 4 of our NHL 24 expansion draft, expansion mode, whatever you want to call it. We got the Saskatoon Blizzard. Year 1 regular season has been complete, and would you believe it or not, we made the playoffs. And if you missed the last video, click this link above me here. At least I hope it shows up there, I don't know. And to start us off in the playoffs, in round 1 of our first ever playoff series, we got the newly revived Chicago Blackhawks. Connor Bedard must have carried this team. Can't see them being this good in real life, but this is a video game. To start off the playoffs, guys, this is the lineup that we are starting with. We got Chandler Stevenson leading the way with Teravainen on his left side and Kakko on his right. The second line is led by our pickup at the deadline, Jakub Vrana. And then we got Anthony Beauvillier, found his way onto the fourth line throughout the year. Didn't have a great year, and I feel bad putting him on the fourth line, but that's where he belongs right now. The back end is led by the offensive threat, Gustav Forsling, who actually led the team, I think, in regular season points. I might be wrong there, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. Matched up with Damon Severson. And we got John Marino and Ty Smith on that second pairing. Then we got Thomas Harley, the young kid, and then we got Martin Christensen, who was our 5th overall selection in the draft. Got called up late in the year, up to an 80 overall, and he's doing just fine. And in net, we are absolutely stacked. We have Spencer Knight, who is an 87 overall, and backing him up is Jeremy Swayman, a great goalie as well. Both young, both had unreal regular seasons. Probably a big reason that we're in the playoffs. So are we good enough to take on this new era of the Chicago Blackhawks? Well, let's get into game 1 and see what happens here. Also, if you're curious, the Brandon Bisons, our AHL affiliate, is in the playoffs. They ended the regular season with a 49-29-4 record. Pretty solid right there. Anyways, we have home ice advantage, so let's get into game 1 and see how it goes here. And there it is. Game 1 goes to Saskatoon. Monumental moment in the franchise right there. Absolutely monumental moment for the franchise right there. That's what that is. And now it's time to keep that rolling right here. And after 3 periods in the game 2, we are tied 4-4 heading into overtime here. Can we take it, guys? No, we can't. That's a 5-4 overtime loss in game 2. We're heading to Chicago tied up 1-1. Game 2 was led by Severson, who put up 26 minutes and 2 assists. Kaliev had an assist. Christensen had an assist. Beauvillier getting a point on the board there, and you can see the rest right there. Game 2, after 1 period, we got a 4-2 lead, an absolute insane scoring fest going on in Chicago here. 4-3 lead, we're hanging on after the second period, and we finish it off with a 6-3 win. We're sitting on a 2-1 series lead right now. Teravainen leading the way in points this year so far with 2 points per game, 6 points in 3 games. Game 4 comes to an end. We take a 3-1 series lead with a 2-1 victory right here, and we got them right where we want them. Scoring both the goals in this game was Teuvo Teravainen, with Milano, Stevenson, and Kakko picking up assists. In Knight with 32 saves and 1 goal against. Also, for those that are curious, here's a quick look at the playoff tree that we have here. It looks like we had Colorado and Winnipeg matching up, Oilers and LA matching up, and the Ducks and Dallas matching up in the West. And then over on the east side, we got New York versus Carolina, Pittsburgh, Toronto, Tampa Bay, Boston, and Montreal and New Jersey. I actually like a lot of the teams that made the playoffs there on the east side, except for Montreal. I can't see them making it. But all in all, actually not a bad job of the playoffs in here. And we're not closing out the series quite yet. We're taking a 5-2 loss here in game 5. That's okay. Game 6 comes to an end. The series is tied 3-3. We're going to 7. Of course we're going to 7. Why wouldn't we be going to 7? Teravainen's still leading the squad in points. He's got 10 points in 6 games here. We have a game 7 tied 2-2 after 3 periods. We're going to a game 7 overtime. I don't know if I can watch this. If there's one thing I'm not doing, it's jumping in and interfering here. We're letting the computer take control, but let's hope for the best. Oh my goodness, we're getting robbed in overtime here. Omri is standing on his head for the Blackhawks right now. Here they come on the attack. Middlestad gets absolutely dumped into the bench. And a heartbreaking loss here in Saskatoon in front of the home crowd in overtime with seconds to spare. Wow, the crazy. I feel bad for my virtual hockey players here, guys. Wow. You know, what a year. Made it to the playoffs year 1. and just lost like that in a game 7 overtime. Future's bright. Time for the offseason. Let's see who wins the Stanley Cup here, though, instead of us, I guess. Like, wow. Year 2 better be our year. I'm telling you that right now. I'm glad I hopped in to watch it, but that might have made it hurt even more. All right, chill. Quick look at the stats in the playoffs here, guys. We got Teravainen and Stevenson Middlestat as our top 3 scorers. Kaliev with 5 points as well. We got Kakko, Forsling, Vrana, Severson, Yamamoto, Sonny Milano, John Marino, Klim Kostin, Jake Evans, Ty Smith, Ovillier, Christensen, Allison, Arlie, the 0 down there. Solid performance in net all around from Knight. We can't say too much. I mean, he had a 905 save percentage and 302 GAA. He must have started all 7 games. And a quick look at the playoff tree has Chicago, Winnipeg, Edmonton moving on in the West, along with Anaheim. In the East, we got Carolina, Pittsburgh, Tampa Bay, and New Jersey sweeping the Canadiens in the East. In round 2, Winnipeg took out Chicago in 7 games, and then Edmonton took out the Anaheim Ducks in 7 games as well. On the other side, we got Carolina beating the Pittsburgh Penguins in 6, and Tampa Bay taking out New Jersey in 6. We got an all-Canadian matchup on the West side, guys. That means there will be a Canadian team in the finals here. Honestly, I'm cheering for Winnipeg. That's kind of like my second favorite team personally. But as the GM of Saskatoon, don't tell anyone I said that. And then we got a Carolina-Tampa Bay, a conference final matchup in the East. Quick look into the draft class here. We have Macklin Celebrini leading the way as the #1 overall pick. And then we got Matthias Backlund, we got Timo Mäkinen, and we got Cole Eiserman and a Berkeley Catton as the top 5 right here. Now, I can't remember whose first round picks we have in the draft coming up. I know we got our own, but we won't have a top 5 since we made the playoffs. To be honest, I think we only have our own first round pick this year. We didn't really sell at the deadline, so we'll have like a mid first round pick, I guess. Now, part of me wishes we didn't make the playoffs now and just did really bad. Maybe I shouldn't have tried to make the team kind of good this year. The Stanley Cup final is set. We got Edmonton, we got Carolina. Actually, kind of a, before the season started, I probably could have, I could have believed this for sure, but the way Edmonton's looking right now, I don't know. I think they're probably going to turn their season around. It's still so early in the year. Here we go. We got Edmonton, Carolina, 2 great teams in the finals, I guess. And before I start it, who's going to win, guys? Put it in the comments. Do we got Edmonton or do we got Carolina? And if you said Edmonton, you were right. Edmonton takes the Stanley Cup while the Lehigh Valley Phantoms are winning the Calder Cup AHL Championship. And the Stanley Cup is back in Canada. Who would have thought? But that's only going to happen in a video game, guys. And now it's time to head into our favorite time of year, the off season. We got new salary caps, maximum going up to 89 and minimum sitting at 67. Season ticket drive updating here. Let's set these ticket prices real quick. All right, here's the draft lottery results. Staying in first place, San Jose is holding on with the #1 odds, but look at a #2 right there. Buffalo moved up from 12 to 2, and Vegas got knocked down from 2 to 3. But moving up from 12 to 2 is crazy, guys. You won't see us on the list since we made the playoffs, so unfortunately. Oh, whatever. We didn't sell all the frickin' suites we needed to sell. My bad. It's time to see who retired this year. We got the legendary Eric Stahl retiring. Shea Weber, I thought was already, he kind of is already retired, I guess, but he's not actually retired yet, Brian Little, Brent Seabrook, Brandon Dubinsky, what the heck, where has he been? Anisimov, Strawman, no one too crazy actually retiring here. I was glad I didn't see Ovechkin in there. I hate when he gets retired on here. All right, it's time for those pre-draft interview, guys. Let's see who we can talk to. All right, call me reckless, but I'm gonna go for the first overall pick again, I think, guys. I'm willing to sell the house on it. I want Celebrini. Honestly, I don't think a house could probably even get him, though. We're probably gonna need more than that. But for now, it looks like we have like an 18th, 19th, 20th overall, so let's interview these guys down here. We got Liam Greentree. We got Cole Hudson, who I believe is the brother of Lane Hudson, who is gonna be an unreal D-man in the NHL, so let's interview him. And let's see what his strengths are here. What's he gonna say? Gotta be his skating. Think he's faster. His brother's about the same, I would say. His brother's an unreal skater. Weaknesses, what do we got? More of a skilled player. Physicality is not there on a nightly basis. Whatever. Let's see what kind of personality this kid's got. High standards for himself and his team. Wants to win at all costs. Love that. We gathered he is a passionate personality. Strength skating. Weaknesses physical. Quick look at the picks that we have in our projected picks here. Scout recommendations. We have a 23rd overall pick in the first round. And then we don't have another pick till the 3rd round, unfortunately. unfortunately. I must have been trading away the house. I don't know what I was doing. The bad GM play. I really wanted to go for it year one there when we were starting to look all right. Then looking at our forward depth chart right now, we need some help up front, kinda, which is why I would really like to get that first overall pick and get Celebrini as #1 center out here. I mean, Stevenson's a great #1 center, but backhand we're not as bad. It looks like Christensen's already up to an 82 overall, which is really good. I actually don't hate the back end at all. And then in net here, we still have Knight, Swayman, and Dostal. 3 really good options. Maybe we'll try and trade one of them at the draft here. Let's get into it. Trading block, we got Swayman up there. And although we kind of went for it in year one, guys, I think I'm going to put Chandler Stevenson up on the block. Quick look at our center options that we have. We have Matthew Savoy, who I think could really be a #1 centerman once he's up here. He's only 20 right now. We have Stevenson on an unreal contract, though. I think we could get a lot for him for that reason. And then we got Middlestat still, who I don't mind as our #2 center either. Kind of depends how long Savoy's going to take to come up. We got guys like Ridley Gregg, who's only 21 with top 6 potential, but I really want to strengthen the middle here. And I'm really liking the looks of our right wingers now. We got Kako, who went all the way up to an 86. This is one thing I really wanted to happen, and it happened. Still only 23, he'd get a lot better as well. And Yamamoto's actually up to an 84 as well. So 2 really solid options on the right side, but then we really drop off after that, so the right side could use some help in the draft. Anyways, I'm putting Stevenson and Swayman on the block, and it's time for the draft. The Sharks have that #1 overall pick, and it wouldn't be a draft if I didn't try and take that from them. Let's get to work. I don't know what happened, but Gustav Forsling's value is through the roof here. He actually went up a couple overall, and he's lit up green because they want him. Stevenson, on the other hand, is not lit up green. For now, we're going to try this right here. Stevenson in our 23rd overall for first overall. This doesn't sound right. It doesn't sound like it should work, and it didn't work. Luckily, we got 2 really good goalies, and Swayman's going up, but San Jose would have had too many goalies, so we got to take Blackwood from them. They want him gone. It ain't working out for us. You ever making trades on this game and you just get really determined and you're not taking no for an ounce answer? Throwing in a 3rd rounder. Oh, how about like a 2026 2nd rounder? Will that do it? No. How about this year's 3rd rounder with that? Nope. I'm just gonna get reckless, aren't I? They want John Marino. You can have John Marino. You know what? I tried. I couldn't get him. He's gone. Elite high would have been awesome. Oh. Moving along. Part of me really wants to try and like tank the next season really bad. Part of me wishes I did that last season. I said that earlier. Let's sim ahead to the #23 pick. We got Ryder Ritchie right here. 2-way forward playing for Prince Albert in the WHL. Matt Steen right here though. He's 6'4", 211. I really like the looks of this guy. I think I'm gonna go with it. I'll take it. Top 6 medium. He's 65 overall right now. Left winger. 2-way forward. And the Ritchie guy went right after. He's the same. I don't have another pick till the 3rd round here. We got Tommy Tollefson here, Finnish D-man. I really like the looks of, but it's telling me he's a bust over here. Kind of guy that would take a risk on that kind of guy though, you know? Do we take a risk on a bust? The bust ever turn out in this game? I actually have no idea how that works. Do I gamble on this guy? This is our top rated guy from our own scouts here. Maxime Lafont from the Drummondville Voltigeurs. 6'5", 193 left winger. Let's gamble. Bottom 6 medium. We'll take it. You on the 4th line in 4 years, buddy. Next look I'm seeing here, we got Robert Oduya from Sweden, right-handed D-man, 6'1", 195. I'm taking him. Or do we go with Matthias Davidson, another Swedish D-man, a left side D-man? You know what? I'm going with Matthias here. That 7th D-man potential. Let's go. On to our 6th round pick here. We got Magnus Lindgren. I really like the looks of this. It looks like he's got a good chance of being a top 4 D-man here. Let's snag him up. Top 6 low, you know, in the 6th round. I'll take it, I guess. 7th round pick. Can we find a diamond in the rough here? Probably not. I gambled on a goalie and it didn't really pan out, guys. Not a great draft from us again. I'm blaming it on the scouts. And that's it for today's video, guys. In the next one, we'll get into free agency. We'll get the roster put back together. We'll make some moves. Thinking I might tank, guys. If you think I should tank, let me know below in the comments. Really want to have a first. I want to have like a crazy amount of draft picks next year. I really wish I would have done it this year. But anyways, it was cool to make the playoffs year 1. Unfortunate first round. Game 7 overtime exit though. Damn. Another thing is, let me know below in your comments, who's your biggest surprise in the NHL so far in the regular season? In real life, not in this game. The Detroit Red Wings have really surprised me, and they look awesome every time I watch them, and I'm really liking Buffalo too, keeping an eye on them. Another team that I think could be a dark horse is the Arizona Coyotes. Do not sleep on them. Anyways, guys, I'll get into free agency again in the next video. We'll get into the regular season a little bit as well, probably. I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button as well, and leave a comment. It all helps me out immensely. Thank you.